Welcome back to the channel, guys. Josh with Debt to Dollars here, and today I have a very short video and really an introduction and beginner friendly video for how to create a title for your Amazon FBA listing. Now, there are two very important factors in addition to your sales price when someone is actually searching for a product like yours that you're selling. One is the image, so having a very high quality main image is really going to do a lot for you. And then two, your title is the second thing that they're going to take a look at in addition to the sales price. So having a very attractive title, a very clear and easy to read and understand title, it's going to help you tremendously to pop up higher in the search results as more and more people begin to click your product. For today, we're going to cover the 3 steps that I'm showing you guys here on how I think you should segment your title. And then we're going to go through an example of actually looking for these light bulbs, these firework light bulbs, and we're going to construct a title together so you can see how I do it for my own business. So for the first step in your title, there's 3 different steps here, 3 different parts, and we'll get to that. But for the first step, you need to ask yourself the question, what is it? What is your product? And in that first part, you want to make sure you include the top keyword that people are searching at that given period of time. The second step and the second part, really the middle half of your title here, you want to sell your best feature. This is your selling point. And from a consumer psychology standpoint, that second part is what they're looking for to really draw them in beyond of understanding just what it is. They want to be sold. They want to understand what that product is going to do for them and why your product is better than the rest of them searching in that product niche. For step 3 and the last third of your actual title here, this is a great opportunity to list your material, the size, the dimension of your product, anything that's relevant for someone who might be looking for a similar product but in a different size or a different dimension. If that is not applicable to you, if you're selling something that really doesn't have any use for the material size or dimension, then you can go ahead and add your second best feature. So don't get too confused what this all means right now. We'll get into it and we'll break it down and dissect it so you guys know exactly what I mean. So for this example, again, we're looking at light bulbs, fireworks. There are these really cool LED light bulbs that show a display of multicolors which resemble fireworks inside this light bulb. They're becoming very popular right now, so it's something to keep an eye out for, but I thought this would be a fitting example for today. Now, at first glance, as you're going through here, you can see that when I look at these titles, they're just not segmented. They're very difficult to read, and all I'm really looking at is the price and the image. The title has no relevance to me because it's so complicated, and that is one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to have a title that's super short, but you also don't want to have a title that just has all these keywords and you really have no idea what that specific product is going to offer you. So that's why the first thing that I recommend doing is finding your top keyword, and that's going to be the first part of your title. So for this, as you can see, a lot of people have the packs. If they're selling in 2 sets, 3 sets, single sets, that's in there. And then also what it actually is. This person has LED vintage Edison bulb. This person has fireworks light bulb. And as you can see, there's a bunch of different keywords for that first part that people are putting. So it's imperative and very important for you to understand what the top keyword is, if it is this light bulbs fireworks or if it's something else, because the way that you put that keyword into your title dictates how you're going to be popping up on the search results. So what I like to do, how I start out usually, is I find the best product that's currently in that product niche, which is this one right here. And what I mean by best, I mean it's producing the most amount of monthly revenue. So Jungle Scout's predicting that the monthly revenue for this one is almost $100,000 a month, which is great, and they're definitely a top seller looking at the number of reviews they have. So this is a very popular product, and in addition, it's also Amazon's choice. So what I'll do at this point, and if you have Jungle Scout, there's a key right here where it says look up keywords. So if you select that, it's going to take you to your Keyword Scout in Jungle Scout. You may have to log in, or you may have to get an account. And as that loads, you're going to see a list of the top keywords that relate to that product, and more than likely, they're the keywords that this seller is using for that product. As you can see here, LED light bulb, firework light bulb, and so forth. Now, what I pay particular attention to are the 30-day search trend here. I want to look for something that's above 1,000%, something that is really in demand during that period of time. And then I'm also looking at the search volume itself, which has a direct relationship to the 30-day trend. So if you find a keyword that has over 30,000 searches within 1 month of a time frame, you already know that this is a very attractive keyword. So you can click view to get a chart view of this, of what it looks like, but it's really just correlating to the trend and the search volume, so it doesn't provide a whole lot of value. So at this point, I'd find the keyword that has the highest search volume and the highest search trend, which is this firework light bulb. So that is something that we want to put at the very beginning of our title. And so we'll go into here, And that's step one. So step one is the first third of your title. And the question we want to answer is, what is it? So let's just say for this example, we're selling a 2-pack, a set of light bulbs per purchase. So we want to make sure that's the first thing. So if someone's looking for a 2-pack or a 3-pack or possibly a 1-pack, it's easily identifiable. Next, we want to use that top keyword. So we looked over here in Jungle Scout, they're saying that the top keyword for this product listing, that's the best product for this niche, it's firework light bulb. We want to throw that in there at the very beginning, right behind the 2-pack. You can switch them, it's really up to you, but you want to make sure that's at least in the first 30 or so characters of your title. Next, you want to put the second most popular, if you have room, the second most popular keyword, which in this case, I don't want to just repeat the firework light bulb, put it twice, or put fireworks light bulb. I don't think that has a whole lot of value. You want to break it up a little bit. So if you scroll down, you can see why I selected this one, infinity light bulb. It's a different type of audience that may be looking for a very similar type product that you're displaying there. As you can see, what I really liked about this is the high 30-day search trend and a relatively strong 30-day search volume. It's not great, but it's definitely a top keyword. Okay, and so that brings us to step two, and that's your selling point. Remember, this is going to be your best feature, what you can offer that will allow you to stand out from the rest of your competitors. Now, what I would do, I would look at the product that I'm about to procure from my supplier and look for something very unique about that product, a great selling point. But since we haven't identified a product, I just take a look at a lot of these listings. A lot of them, what I've noticed, they have this 3D colorful lamp bulb, 3D colorful lamp bulb again, 3D colorful, 3D fireworks effect. A lot of them have this 3D mentioning, so that's a very important feature that we want to include in ours, assuming that our product has it, right? So that brings us to step two, which is the 3D fireworks effect, which I took that from one of the top listings. And then also I want to make sure that people understand that this is an LED light bulb, which also appeals to a larger audience who might just be looking for LED light bulbs for the house. And they may stumble upon your listing and think, I may have been just looking for LED light bulbs, but this firework light bulb, this is 10 times better. I want to go ahead and purchase this. So that's step two there. And then step three, as we mentioned, is your material size dimension, anything that can provide some more information on the dimension of your product. For this product, it is applicable. Again, for your product, it may not be. So just add your second biggest feature here. So for us, we have the dimensions of the light bulb itself, if it matters or if it doesn't, 5.4 inches by 2.5 inches, which is a very common size that I noticed for these type of light bulbs. And then you also want to put the amount of power that it's going to require. For us, it's going to be this 30-watt light bulb. That's very important because not all light fixtures can take 30 watts, maybe 40 or 20 watt. So you want to make sure that the consumer can easily identify the power that's required for this type of light bulb. So lastly, and since it's at the very end of the title and it really isn't looked at a whole lot, I want to take this opportunity to put another top keyword to make sure that we have a better chance of popping up for one of those top keywords. For us, it was fireworks light bulb, which is different than our first one, which was just firework light bulb. And so if we take a look at the Jungle Scout Keyword Scout, as we can see here, fireworks light bulb is down below here, has a very high 30-day search trend and about almost 6,000 monthly searches, which is great. It's much less than the firework light bulb. However, we still want to include it because it has a very high search trend. Okay, so now you might be asking, how do we put this all together? One thing you could do is you could just throw all this text into the text box for your Amazon listing. However, I do not recommend doing that because it's very difficult to read, as I mentioned while taking a look at some of these other listings. It's a lot going on and you want to make sure you break it up. So what I mean by breaking it up into 3 different parts are using some form of a divider. This could be a dash or it could be one of these vertical lines that I prefer. I think this is just a really great way to put a space, put the vertical line, and put another space, and that breaks it up into different segments, right? So looking at this, your eyes, just taking a look at this, you're going to read this first part of it and fully understand what this type of product is. Next, you're going to see this divider, so you're not going to associate this middle part with the first part really. So you're going to read this almost as if it's its own thing, and that's your selling point. So you're going to tell a potential consumer that this is a 3D fireworks effect LED light bulb. There's a lot of information in that, but I completely understand by reading that selling point what this product is and the best feature for this product. And then lastly is another divider here that I put. Again, you can also put commas, that's suitable, but make sure you put something between these 3 parts. And that's our measurement, our dimension. It tells the consumer the size of this light bulb, the power that's required, and then additionally, they may not even get to this part because it probably won't show up in the results. It'll just have 3 dots, but this is going to help you tremendously pop up in the results. All right, guys, I hope you take these 3 steps, use them for your own title. I think it's going to help you a lot in terms of SEO, discoverability, and also just capturing the audience's attention for clicking your product listing. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you all in the next video where we cover a lot more different smaller items like this, like your product description, the bullet points, and I'm going to be doing those in the months to come. All right, y'all have a good one.